Next is the chisels. I'll just go through a few of the few basic chisels what carpenters and joiners use. First of all, is the most common one is the bevel edge chisel. As you can see, the sides of the chisel are sloped down, and this is the very versatile chisel. It's used for paring work, chopping work so if you're using the mallet, use the mallet for hitting it on the chisel, or you can use it for paring work when you're taking a fine amount off with the chisel. Always remember, when you're using the chisel, always have both hands this side of the cutting edge. So always remember, when you're using it with a mallet or just doing paring work, always have both hands this side, because as soon as you put one hand that side of the chisel, if you slip off, you'll end up cutting yourself. So safety tip, always remember both hands this side of the cutting edge. So that's the bevel edge chisel, the one with the sides sloped down. These range from 6mm all the way up to 32mm in width, and they're all about the same length. Next one is the mortise chisel. The mortise chisel is basically the same as the bevel edge chisel, but the sides are square, meaning it's a lot stronger chisel. The reason is for chopping out mortise holes, so it needs to be a lot stronger than the bevel edge chisel for chopping in mortise holes. Next one is basically, as you can see, it's a chisel what's got a curved edge on it, and this is what you call a gouge, and this is for taking out curved work. You can get inner and outer gouges, and that's for if you've got an inner hole to chop out or an outer hole, depending on what sort of gouge you're doing. So that's basically, it's just a chisel that's curved. So that's the three basic chisels. Next, we've got the hand planes. You find a lot of carpenters now, they have what you call electric power plane in the tool bag. So, but you'll always find they'll also have a handheld plane, because basically you'll never get a finish on a piece of timber like you would with a plane. This is what you call a jack plane. It's the biggest of the planes. Years ago, all carpenters used to carry a jack plane in the toolbox, but now I would say the majority of them have a smoothing plane or a block plane. Reason being because it's the size of it. It's very large. And what we use it for, say for instance, if you're planing a door edge or a long piece of timber, you use the jack plane for planing the timber up. With it having such a long base, it stops the timber from getting a wavy edge effect, so it keeps it nice and flat. So that's the jack plane. Next one is the smoothing plane. Basically it's the same as the jack plane, but the base isn't as long, and this is what you'd use for cleaning a frame up, taking a small amount off the edge of a door, and basically you get a nice very fine finish on the edge of the timber with a smoothing plane. Next one down is the block plane. It's the same as the smoothing plane, again it's smaller, and this is what you use for fitting joints, fitting a mitre on a piece of skirting board, or fitting a mitre on a piece of architrave. And a lot of site joiners now, that's all they carry in the toolbox, because they'll have electric planer and a block plane. Block plane, you can use it with one hand for taking off an arras off. If you want to take an arras off a piece of timber, which is the small corner, if you want to plane off the end grain, you use a block plane. So that's a very versatile tool. And if you're carrying a tool bag around with you all day and you're carrying a big jack plane with it, and you've got all these planes in your bag, it's going to be quite heavy. So another reason why a lot of joiners have switched to the block plane, because of the size, they're nice and light in the tool bag, so you're not carrying as many tools around. Last one is the shoulder plane. So think of the shoulder, that's a shoulder plane. The reason why it's called a shoulder plane is because the blade on the shoulder plane goes all the way at the edge of the base of the plane. As you can see on the smoothing plane, it stops about 5mm in from the end, but the shoulder plane goes all the way at the edge. And the reason for that is, if you're planing a shoulder on a joint, you can get right in the corner, get a nice crisp corner in it.